Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here at Baxter Cycle in the mighty metropolis of Marnian. Look what we got here today. This is a Royal Enfield Himalayan Scrambler 411. Beautiful red and white. I love the color. Absolutely gorgeous bike. We're going to take this thing for a little bit of a ride, a little longer than usual. So it's got the single cylinder, single overhead cam, 2 valve per cylinder, 411 cc, air cooled, oil cooled, or oil cooler right over yonder. 5-speed transmission, puts out about 24 horsepower, 24 foot-pounds of torque, about, I think it's 32 newton meters, I believe. Really good looking bike in my opinion. On the front, it's got a 300 millimeter disc with ABS, dual piston bi-brake caliper, check that out. 41 millimeter tubes, there's about 7.5 inches of travel below these boots. That's about 190 millimeters, check that out, isn't that cool? Spoked wheel, I love the way that looks with the red stripe. It's a 190/19 front tire Seat. This one has got this GV screen on the front. I'm very eager to test that. The rear suspension it's a monoshock bike with a link suspension, so you can raise or lower the height of the bike by changing these links, these things right here. I think a longer link lowers it and a shorter link raises it. It's got about 7.1 inches of travel on the rear. That's about 180 millimeters. The seat height is 31.3 inches. That's a little lower than the standard Himalayan. That's 795 millimeters. Wheelbase, 57.3 inches, 1,455 millimeters. Fuel tank is about 4 gallons. And the big number, the number we all want to know about, wet weight, 403 pounds. That's 185 kilograms. I'm going to gear up and we're going to take that hot rod for a ride. Wahoo! Okay, here comes Exhaust Pipe Alley. Wahoo! Look at those beautiful bikes, huh? Check that out. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Wonderful day here in the mighty metropolis of Marnie. Let's do the obligatory spin test right here. Look at that, like nothing doing, huh? Look at that, round and round we go. Wahoo! Ha ha ha, I love it. Let's do the quick spin test right here. I think I said it was 57.3 inches or 1,455 millimeters. Look at that, huh? That front tire really helps, that 19-inch front tire. Look how tight that turns. I love it. I love it. Beautiful. So one of the things I really like about this bike is the dash itself. I call this the Oculus right here. It's got the analog speedometer on the outside, and then through the center it's got this 1.5-inch round LCD. It's got the fuel gauge on the top, always visible gear indicator on the center right, clock on the center left. Oh hey, Atlantic 7 miles. And then down at the bottom it's got the odometer controlled by this switch over here. And for that you've got trip A and trip B. As far as controls go, clutch, flash to pass light, high lows, blinkers, horn. Then on this side the kill switch, the hazard lights, and the start button. Oh, we also have a trip meter right here. That's for use with your phone. It gives you turn-by-turn directions. They work pretty good when you need them. Hey, we've got a tight curb, and look at that, a big old grain truck just bearing down on us. Wahoo! There is Iowa's busiest intersection. Not a car to be found today. This thing does the curves like a dream. I love the suspension on these. Hey, we're going to do a quick detour here real quick. I want to show you all something that I think is kind of cool. This is one of Iowa's largest ethanol plants, and those bins there, I think it's 1 million bushels each, or maybe it's a couple million between the lot of 4. And when they were built, they were the largest grain bins in Iowa, and that's saying something because Iowa has some grand grain bins. That's how the ethanol gets in and out on those tanker cars by train. Okay, let's get out of this truck-ridden place. Too much traffic. Wahoo! The bike accelerates like a dream. I really enjoy the 411 engine. That's what I have in my Himalayan, and it's just been a wonderful thing. I've got over 24,000 on mine, and it still runs as good as this one. Hey, a railroad track, low clearance, 14'6". Let's see if we can touch it. No luck, no luck. Hey, let's do a quick curb test right here. Ka-thunk, ka-thunk, big old holes, check that out. No problems at all, no problems at all. Look at that, huh? I love it. This thing handles so well. This is one of the best handling. This is actually the better handling of the 2 Scrams. This is the old part of town. Those stoplights have been flashing for as long as I can remember. I've lived here for 40 some odd years. Green Bay Lumber Company, 1915. And down here is the old Rock Island Railroad train depot. Now the Chamber of Commerce building. Pretty neat building, huh? Tile roof and all. This is the Coca-Cola company here on the left. Atlantic Bottling Company. Down here we'll have a whole mess of Coca-Cola trailers. This machine handles so well. This is such an easy-going machine. You know, the motor has about a 6,500 RPM red line, and it's just very eager to please and so much torque down low. Delicious, refreshing. Drink Coca-Cola, relieves fatigue, 5 cents. There's another one of those ads. Isn't that neat? Who knows when that one was written up? Hey, another one of those old Coca-Cola signs right there. I had not noticed that one before. That makes 3. Anyway, what a great little bike, huh? Boy, we've got traffic. In Iowa, this is considered heavy traffic. I know a lot of you out there laughing right now. I drove the new Triumph Scrambler 400X the other day, and I just loved it. Now that is also a great motorcycle, but in a very different way. It has a very peaky motor. It's more revvy. It's got a lot more power. You know, look at this one. It just does everything you want so well. But they really do the same things. They just kind of do it in different ways. I think where the Triumph would have an edge over this one is all-out performance and maybe on the highway. Now the Scram actually has a substantial amount more suspension both on the front and the back, and I feel like it has a more rugged build. It's a heavier bike, and since I own a Himalayan, I'm kind of biased there because I know how tough these bikes are. And by the way, these bikes have a 3-year unlimited mile warranty. Marty, 5 miles. An absolutely gorgeous day to be out on a motorcycle, especially when you're stuck behind a truck like this, right? This thing is awesome on the 2-lane blacktop. It'll just go for mile after mile on curves like this and handles so well. Eats up the bumps. I mean, look at this. We're just going over them like nothing. This is an Iowa traffic jam right here. We've got three vehicles at the intersection at one time. Nobody knows what to do. Better post about this on Facebook, by golly. And just over this hill is kind of a high point. We can see for miles from here. Yeah, kind of. Big old Cadillac over yonder. And there is the mighty metropolis on the hill, Marty, Iowa. Check it out. The whole thing would fit in a postage stamp. So what do I have to say about this compared to the hooligan bike, Triumph 400X? This is a much mellower bike. The hooligan bike is more rowdy, rambunctious. This one's more sedate, a little calmer, more stable. Hey, let's do the spin test, huh? Nobody coming from either direction? I don't think there is. Look how good this thing turns. Just, oh, look at that. Absolutely. Look at that nice slow turn. Very good handling. I think it has a shorter wheelbase. Maybe it's close to the Triumph. If you're ever in Marty, get yourself over here to the Derailed Grill right there. Make sure you try the Wahoo burger. Life is good. Life is good. So again, back to which one would I like, the Scram or the Triumph? I don't know the answer to that. The 400X is a real rowdy bike. It feels taller than this motorcycle. Actually, it is taller than this motorcycle. But it has less suspension travel, has less fuel, it has more horsepower. It's a very good looking motorcycle, but I think this is also a very good looking motorcycle, especially in this color. This has more travel. This is more of a rugged, I'm going to get in the dirt bike, I think. Hey, we have made our way back here to Baxter Cycle in the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa. If y'all are in the market for a new or used Royal Enfield, Triumph, classic British bike of any type, need parts, accessories, doodads, thingamajigs, you name it, gloves, boots, so on and so forth, they have got it. Or get yourself over to baxtercycle.com. Either way, tell them Fuzzy Biker sent you. Exhaust Pipe Alley. Life is good, my friends. Life is good. Now, I'm going to hop on that beautiful black motorcycle right there, and I'm going to go for a ride. Y'all do the same if you can. Wahoo!